maybe over here, and this is an example that I use constantly at class, or in class, I should say. And I think I probably even used it on the previous step. So again, you know, compositional shape, very symmetrical. Here's a tree. Our shade is going to be on the outside. So here's another tree to the outside. This could be some tall grass. And our tall grass is going to be that middle tone. Let me be a little bit more concrete with this so you guys can believe it. So you make your trees kind of going in that oval, and your branches would kind of go up in that oval shape. So you're doing it on purpose kind of to shroud the foreground in shadow. So, you know, you could be looking at this composition right now and you're like, you know what, Matt, it's cool. I get what you're trying to do here, but the middle is like so empty. Well, that's the beauty of it, because you're setting up for the reverse gradation. Again, now we're starting to build on previous steps and we're starting to layer. Let me get a new pencil, hold on. And so basically, yeah, that was one that I've already used. Okay, here we go. Now, we could have a very symmetrical composition of just, or we can have a non-symmetrical composition. So we can put somebody right over here. Almost as if like they're waiting. Or they're looking off. Let me get rid of that center line. They're looking off, and off into the distance could be, you know, some low-lying foothills or something like that, and they're kind of looking off, or maybe they just kind of came out of the forest. I don't know what about my storytelling skills right now, but this is a way to use that oval. So again, what am I doing here? I'm utilizing just a shadow shape, and this is, I can't tell you how good this is when you are storyboarding or just simply trying to figure out how you're going to set up the structure of your image. What's the composition? Now this is a very quiet, both of these are very quiet. They're not really action-packed whatsoever. And if you want to do more of an action-packed scene, well then there's other things to consider. I mean, the simple thing for action is angles. And so these are very quiet because I'm really not using too much in the ways of like angles. So angles create motion. And these are very, and there's not too much foreshortening going on with these images either. So they're very still, and they're very calm, and they're very peaceful. So do you see now, if I right now, if I look at the video screen, I'm kind of looking at the tree trunks. So I would just adjust my value structure, give him more of like a backlight. Now who are you looking at? So all we'd have to do is just lighten this, you know, maybe make this a number 2 value. Make that a number 2 value. It doesn't have to be black, 0. And then just let's go a little bit darker. This could be, you know, the cast shadow that the tree is kind of casting on the tall grass in the foreground. And he could have like a cast shadow, and his cast shadow could also point us into the background. So you're using things in your composition to kind of lead our eye around. This we can just have a little bit more of a gradation. And then you could physically put something there in the background. This chapter is going long. You could put something in the background there that, you know, could be another thing that we look at. Perhaps it's a bunch of soldiers walking down this foothill, and he sees them, so we would do that just like a little bit of a darker value. So I think that's really, really cool.